Welcome to the Excited Education channel, the YouTube channel which brings you about mathematics and biology. I would like to wish each and everybody who is watching this video to make subscribe, comment, share and like, such that he or she can follow me step by step according to the video that I would like to upload on my channel. So, I'm very willing that you are watching me very well. I wish you a success in my modules. Just subscribe, comment, share and like for more following videos. Welcome to my video.
Now we are going to talk about the new chapter on the biology, and that chapter is called animal diversity. In general, we can say animal kingdom. Please, dear students, make a short recall about animal kingdom or animal diversity. What do you understand by the term animal diversity? So, let us go ahead without wasting much of our time and then try to clarify about animal kingdom as well as animal diversity as an introduction of the animal diversity. It is our module today. So, the animal diversity simply means it is the detailed study of living organism, animal living organism. We are going to talk about the short notes of the animal kingdom, where we will find that the animal kingdom comprises two groups majorly, where we find the invertebrates, which is called, and those invertebrates also called non-chordata invertebrates, and another group is called the vertebrates. So we are going to clarify those two groups just as the introduction of today's topic. For the invertebrates, has only one living phylum of the chordata, and chordata at one time of its development possess a notochord. Some chordata have a notochord that is replaced by a spinal cord, backbone, or vertebral column, and are referred to as the vertebrates. So, dear students, what you have to note that is two groups major, the invertebrates and vertebrates, and we'd like to study about those vertebrates and invertebrates has the taxonomic hierarchy, which is called the animal taxonomy, the anatomical and physiological, even the behavior and the ecological of those vertebrates and invertebrates, and they have the different characteristics of the major different phylum that you are going to see here. Those phylum where include the Polyphera, the Insecta, and the other that you are going to tackle on. There are different phylums that are comprises the animal kingdom, and those includes, you have to know that in the animal kingdom, the animals have the animal symmetric, where the animal diversity based on cellular, organ and body symmetry, even the embryo development and even the notochord. So the second one is protozoa, and the protozoa, they are also living organisms that are grouped in the animals, and they have different general characteristics, and they have different classification according to their morphologies and ecology. And also those protozoa, they have the advantages. So as the introduction, it is like the outline of what consists in the animal kingdom. At the next video, we would like to explain one by one. And the next phyla is what we call Polyphela. Polyphela have different general characteristics, different classifications, they have different potencies and disadvantages as the third phyla in the animal kingdom. Fourth phyla is Cnidaria. For Cnidaria, you can also call it the Coelenterata. Coelenterata is the first phylum in the animal kingdom. It has different characteristics, it has different classification. The general physiology of Cnidaria and detailed study like a case study of the Cnidaria is the fourth phyla. The fifth phyla is called Helminths. Helminths have different characteristics, classifications of the Helminths. The general physiology of Helminths. Another sixth phyla is what you call Annelida. The Annelida have different characteristics and its classification, the evolution and biological processes in Annelida. And what we know, the seventh is what we call the Arthropoda, and the Arthropoda, it is the largest phylum in the animal diversity or animal kingdom, where we have to check up the different general characteristics of Arthropoda and external and internal morphology. These are the general characteristics where comprises external and internal morphology. Arthropodas have different classification due to its morphology, and we will discuss about biological importances. So the eighth phyla is what you call Mollusca. Mollusca have different characteristics, the classification of the mollusca, the evolution and biological processes, even different function for mollusca is another phyla that comprises the animal diversity. Number 9, it is Echinodermata. Echinodermata is another phylum that comprises the animal kingdom, and they have different characteristics, different classification, and different evolutionary biological processes, and so on. This is the 9th phyla of the animal kingdom. The last but not least phyla, it is what we call Chordats. Chordats are the phylum. They have different corners, and it looks also like the large phyla next to the Arthropoda, and these have different characteristics and different subphylum like Craniates, Craniata, and Gymnostomata. For the chordata, we have to look about also characteristics of bony fish, characteristic of amphibians and reptiles. As you see, we will make the detailed study of about amphibians and reptiles one by one. The characteristic of birds as it is found on the chordats in the as a phylum, and the kingdom as animal kingdom. In also chordata, we will find there characteristics of mammals, and we will find there different classification of craniates, craniata, and gonitostomata. We will find also in the chordata the classification of bony fish and so on, classification of amphibian and reptiles, classification of birds, classification of mammals. This is the 10 units that we are going to discuss about on the animal kingdom. These 10 units are divided according to the phylum of the animal kingdom. Simply means we will discuss one by one phylum on the animal kingdom. As you see, these are one of different videos that we tried to capture on different units or different phylum of the animal kingdom. This is a hydra, and hydra, it is one of the living organism that is found in the animal kingdom, and it is called an uncordate invertebrates. This is a different general characteristics, where I find that the hydra, they have no backbone, they have no dorsal notochord and central nervous system, and they are not in invertebrates, and they are coelement organism. This means that they have a fluid cavity. These are hydra, and we will discuss also about its classification, as I said, general characteristics, and we will see each and everything here. So as you see here, these are the figure of reptile of amphibians. These are told that they have different characteristics and different adaptation that allow it to live in water. These are the worms, roundworm. These roundworm have different capacity to survive and modes of movement, and even different usefulness in our daily life. And dear students, so the invertebrates have different phyla, as I said and as I mentioned here, and those phyla have, it's like for invertebrates there's Porifera, the Cnidaria, and Platyhelminths. For Porifera also it have subphylum, where we will find the Nematoda and Nerida. For Cnidaria and Platyhelminths we will find there the Arthropoda, where we find the insect. And for Nematoda we will find there the Mollusca and Nerida, where we will find Echinodon as the phyla of invertebrates. For the vertebrates, they have groups, about 5 groups, which includes fishes, amphibians, reptile, birds, and mammals. These are the groups of vertebrates. This animal including the mammals class in the vertebrates, and these are reptiles, as you see. For the mammals, they have most highly developed animals, and their body are covered by a hair soft skin, and the external ear, which is called the pinna, are large and stand out prominently. They have teeth vary in form and function, and you have to know that in mammals their body is divided by the diaphragma into upper thorax and lower abdomen. These are short notes on the as an introduction of the animal kingdom. where we will see difference, or where we try to study or make detailed study of the animal diversity. So they have different modes of feeding due to its class or its phylum, where we will find that in mammals also they have body, they reproduce, by the way, sexual through formation of male and female sex cell, and the fertilization is internal, and in most mammals younger one develop in the mother uterus, being nourished through the placenta. You know that in mammals, after birth, the young mammals are nourished by the mother's milk, which is formed in mammary gland. The presence of mammary gland is one of the most distinguishing characteristic of mammal, and it is from this that the class gets its name. The sucking continues until the younger mammal is able to care for itself. So for the amphibians, they like retrieve in moist areas like in water and bush and swamps. For them, they undergo different characteristics. They have modes of reproduction. Also, the ecological importance for the amphibians. The one of the different characteristics, they have that the toad, like a fish, has no neck. They has a streamlined body, and they lay egg in water. So these are the insecta. They have different mode of feeding and mode of development for the insecta, and they have different usefulness. What you have to know that the insecta divided different orders, where we have Isoptera, Hymenoptera, Arthropoda, Diptera, Arthropoda, Hemiptera, and Coleoptera. The last order is what we call Lepidoptera, where we find that insecta divided about 8 orders. We have, or we will study details about those orders due to different insectas or its morphologies. And what you have to know about insecta, for them, they undergo complete metamorphosis and incomplete metamorphosis, and also insects, they have about segments on the abdomen, with the terminal segment modified for reproduction. For the gaseous exchange is through tracheal, which open into spiracle. Insect development is either complete or incomplete, as I said, metamorphosis, and mouth part are modified for the either biting in cockroach and locust, or sucking as the butterflies, or piercing as a mosquito and bed bugs. And what you have to know on the insecta, as a short note, The head have a pair of antenna and a pair of compound eye. The thorax have 3 segments, each with a pair of jointed leg and 1 or 2 pair of the wings. And I think so we will see much about the insecta in the next session. These are like the introduction or the recall about the animal kingdom in general, and I wish you will watch fluently this video by knowing different types or different modes of the animals. I know there's many of them they don't know or they didn't see ever different animals like starfish as you see here, or different orders of the insect, its modification or its way of developing, or they don't know about fish. And you have to note that fish is a class of the mammal. So here in this video, I think you have watched or you have enjoyed. You have seen different animals in its way for habitat, its way for feeding, its way for movement, its way for production, and the nature they tried to live or they tried to act on being favorable. So vertebrates and invertebrates, they have different function or the different importance. Also, it is very important to know their importance, and one of the importance of the invertebrates, you know that they act as food for different living organisms. Some of them are used as the ornamental use, and some of the invertebrates, their skin, or like for shark, is used in the fabrication of hair, and in general, like in fish, furnishes the good protein, lipid, vitamins, and mineral salts to man and other animals like birds. And what you have to understand also on the function of the animal kingdom, it is also in mammal.
Thank you for watching my video. I'm Jeremy as usual from the YouTube channel called Excited Education Channel. I wish you have enjoyed my video. So for more videos coming, I would like also to requesting you humbly just make subscribe, comment, share and like, even post on different social medias, such that each and everybody can gain from the what Excited Education Channel provide on the YouTube. So thank you for watching me. May God bless you and your family.